What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Monday live stream. It's been a while. Recently, let's talk about it. Recently, I've been a busy guy. Trying to rest, trying to recover from the summer. I also tried to investigate a little more in how to turn this channel that I love spending time with you guys, into something that could interest you guys a little more. Because I've addressed this previously. As much as I love the Wing, great console, awesome product, I feel like I want to go a little larger in the coverage of this channel because I'm not limited to only use a Wing. I'm using from time to time the LN&E stuff. I'm using from time to time Yamaha, Digico, all consoles. And I want to, I don't know if I really want to go the vlog route or if I want to, I don't know, just become an infomercial channel. No, I don't want to go that way. I want to have more stuff. So I want to have more stuff in, but I want to have more stuff interesting in, not just a sale pitch. Because, sale pitch, you saw them on every manufacturer channel. Every time they release a new product, they have a video or a sale pitch. And there is no need for another sale pitch. I think what the internet need is more somebody that report on that gear with a real use case scenario, interaction and vision of how it's going to be used in the field, how it's going to be used for your need. Not this console can do this, and this is the kind of stuff you're not doing, so you're not interested in buying that stuff. Or positive point about some stuff, or some stuff that is different than other console that is cool, or some stuff that could be better. And I don't say that in a negative way. I say it more in, we can always improve on your product. Myself here, first to say that I can improve on the product as a product myself. I'm working with the Wing, a product that has been improved all over the years. So it's not a bad thing to have, constructive criticism. It was what I should say. People that always give me constructive criticism, and I say it from the bottom of my heart. I love you guys. Patrick, bonjour, bienvenue, welcome to the channel. Bonjour la France. Everybody who speaks French, tous les gens qui parlent français, n'hésitez pas à me poser des questions en français. Everybody who speaks French is more than welcome here to ask their question in French. I'll do my best to answer them in between the others. So I'm sorry, it's not going to be a French stream ever, this channel, but if you have a problem, if you need to have a question absolutely formed in French, you're more than welcome to ask it here. I'll do my best to answer that. What's up, Vic? Always good to see you on the chat. You're a regular here. You become a regular here. I like that. I love the regular guys. Today we start early, so maybe people that usually are here will take a little longer than usual to join in. They get the notification on their cell phone. By the way, it's time for me to tell you to turn on your notification. Make sure that you like this video and make sure that you subscribe so you can write down in the chat down below what's going to happen during this live stream, because this live stream is not about me. This live stream is all about you and your question. By the way, did I introduce myself? Did I say hi? My name is Guillaume, and I run a YouTube channel that talk about live sound engineering, the Wing, and anything else that I can put my hands on that I believe could be interesting for you to watch. Now it's done. Okay. First, I'm going to go with a comment from Nick here. First, it's a request. It's a request, and I'm going to believe it's not addressed to me. It's probably more addressed to the people over at Music Tribe, but let's read that. Request: ability to key noise gate from MIDI. Example, using a drum trigger to key toms, kick gate, and snare gate, and all that stuff. Actually, can you do that? I have actually I have an actual guy in the chat that maybe can help you with that, Nick. I don't know exactly how, but I believe if you can send in MIDI information, it could be converted to OSC, and the console here is talking OSC, so you could probably have some dynamics happen in real time. I don't know how fast in real time, but yeah, I definitely see why you would have, the drums trigger on all your drums, not really using them for sound, or maybe both at the same time, and also have your real drum trigger with that. Because you can do it. You can do it doing audio channel. This is a trick that I've seen many years ago, actually. For those of you who know Big Mick, who used to be the Metallica sound engineer, he was talking one day when he came across Eddie Map that was doing Evanescence, and he asked him, why the triggers on the drum are you just like using fake drum live? He goes, no, what I use is the D drums were used as trigger sent into sound in the console, and he was heading them as key or trigger channel for the gate on the real time, delayed them by a couple milliseconds, so it was like a look ahead gate, and he was doing that live. Really interesting, by the way. That would work, I would say, only in scenario when you don't have a lot of sound coming from the stage influencing your mix, but definitely something that can be done. So if you guys, here's a free tips for you. But I believe you could do this. Actually, you can do this in real time with no delay to do real time triggering from sound, but there is no reason why it cannot be done over MIDI. The only difference would be how you send out that information to the gate. How can we let's take a look at what are the options on the gate. I'm pretty sure you cannot do this, but just for fun, let's dive into this a little bit. Let's go on a kick drum channel that I have here. Right now it's using a ducker, probably don't want that. But, yeah, in the key source you only have the 40 channel, you don't have any MIDI. I'm thinking of something. You can you just do hear me out. It's a good one. It's a really good one. First, actually, before we dive into this, let me say hi, Hanger77. Always good to see you. Patrick doesn't like unboxing video. Oh, it's bad because I start to love them. I start to listen to that. And I'm gonna come back to your question, Rolf. Don't worry. One of my longest, proudest member of this channel, Rolf, everybody. Thank you for being here. We're gonna dive into this, and after that, we're gonna come back to the recording session. Okay, hear me out. We're thinking out loud here. This is what we're really good at that. We have option to replace channel with MIDI. Let's see if we can play around with that just a little bit. I'm gonna come here in channel 24, physical interface of my console, channel 24, and I'm gonna go, where would that be? View, faders, no, that's the fader, that's the config. The config would only, because, okay, I'm gonna explain everything that I want to do here. Instead of channel 24, I'm just gonna take that out. Hey, come on, go out to nothing. Okay, this is not the way to do it, this is the way to do it. You can replace a channel with MIDI CC. You can have that into a channel. Let's go 24, MIDI CC 24 into 24. Hold on, from the channel 1. Now on my physical interface, let me get back to here. On my physical interface, I have a MIDI channel. I don't know if it's just a fader that's been replaced or this channel is now a MIDI CC thing. And let me take a look again at the gate from my bass drum. Can I now go 24 as the key source? But the key source would be the key source would be channel 24 that doesn't exist anymore, right? It's not. What I did was just replace the fader by a MIDI fader, because I have a MIDI fader now here. If I want to customize, let's say that I want to have a custom layer that can control a light console on here, I can just have 24 MIDI fader. Those are motorized, so could be really fun to use. But I believe the gate would only see signal from the audio channel 24, not the MIDI fader 24 here. So I don't think it's gonna work, or I don't think this could be used as trigger, because you can send information into that MIDI channel and say every time that MIDI channel, you know, moves or get an information, it could have been opening the gate. But that would be the same as sacrificing audio channel to do so. Interesting, but no. Sorry about that, Nick. This is a really good one. I think it would need to be developed on the software side, and maybe Patrick said something about that. You can look into utility that talk about MIDI. NOSC basically receive MIDI, do something from it, and send OSC action to the gate. This was my first. That was my first ID. Tools such as W Commander or MIDI OSCTT may be helpful. Or a dedicated one that need to be written. Patrick, can you do that? Let me ask you flat out. Can you do that? Is this something that a lot of people would have a use for? Could you design a software like that where you select a MIDI input and it's just doing its thing to OSC? I don't know. I'm not a programmer at all. This is one thing I start to learn a little bit. I start to learn automation on Mac OS and macros and stuff like that, because life just goes on this way, and I'm in need of doing some complex information or complex sequence of action on computers now when I'm doing live stream, not these live stream, but when I'm doing event live stream. And yeah, really helpful. This is something that I see myself do from now on, and home automation and stuff like that. So really interesting to learn, but I'm no programmer and I don't know much about that. If I'm being honest, I know how it works, I know what can roughly be done, but I'm no expert. Definitely the two tools above are already sufficient to do this. Okay, good. Thank you very much for the precision, Patrick. Really appreciate that. Misfire can actually happen, Nick, even with triggers, depending on the sensibility of the trigger, and also depending on outside parameters, like some stuff hitting the drums or hitting really close to the trigger, not on the skin, but it can, you know, activate that trigger information. Sometimes, you know, if the drummer just dropped his stick lightly next to the trigger, it could trigger, but this is not something that happened during the show. But just know that it's not a flawless system, but way better than just audio gate, if you ask me. You also, yes, this is also adding the fact that you can use Slate trigger with Live Professor. That could be, it could be great. Nice. Okay, let me go back to let me go. What's going on? Are we still live? We are. Okay, yes we are. Sorry, tried to move the mouse here in my clumsy finger just hit everything. Let me go back to Rolf's question. I was asked to record a brass band concert. Do you have any tips for that? I intend to use the W Live card to record. Tips for brass. Yes, actually, I can tell you something. When you're going to do your sound check, you definitely want to leave your head. You definitely want to leave headroom there. With acoustic instrument, most of the time. Stuff that is where the dynamic is decided by the player. Talking about drums, vocal, brass, acoustic guitar. During sound check, people are not under show pressure. They're not under the adrenaline of doing a show, and usually they don't have as much output as they will have during the show. So if you ask me to record a brass band, I would make sure when I set my level for these guys to never, ever, ever go over 18 dB in sound check. To, give yourself 18 dB of headroom, especially if you're recording. If it's a live show, it's clipping once, you just drop the gain a couple dB. It's good, but on a recording, it's no forgiving. It's going to be clipped forever, and you have option to fix that, but let's not go there. Yeah, that will be my first recommendation, is make sure that you leave yourself enough headroom, because they're going to be louder. My guess is if you ask everybody to play during the sound check, and everybody, VU meter wise, everybody is like in the slowly touching orange like I'm doing right now, I'm pretty sure when they're going to be under show pressure, you're going to go up in like the -6 at some point. Like somebody gonna end up on a really high note and go like BAM! And a couple of those players gonna hit it hard. And I believe this is the best trick that I can give you to record brass band. Be careful, they won't control as much their dynamic as they would do during the sound check, and that will give you a false information. I had another comment on top that I didn't read, and I know from Matt from Wisconsin. Don't get to catch you live very often. Actually, you do now. Welcome, Matt. Always a pleasure to have you around. I remember you. I've seen your name before. Make sure to ask your question away. This is why we're here. Try to have a good time. And today, just speaking of time, I only have 1 hour because I have an event. Actually, after this live stream. Sorry, I try to do a thing at the same time. Getting my mouse in the chat, read you guys, and not spilling coffee on my console. This is something that I like to do so much. The amount of comment from you guys that says, why the heck do you have a mug on your console? Get that out right now. It's probably 10% of like all the comment on my channel, and I love it so much. Love it so much. You guys freaked out with reason, because let's be honest, I remember like a year ago, I was like tired and I tried to grab my coffee and thought I grabbed my mug correctly and thought I didn't, so I spilled coffee on my console. In these fader right here. Well, actually just a drop or two, but I did on live stream spill a little bit of coffee on that, and it's life. I like it. I like to play around. I like to fool around with you guys just a little bit. So there we go. Okay, send me your question. This is why we're here. I'm here to answer the question that you guys may have, or actually, while you guys are writing down, let me see that I just want to make sure that I didn't miss anything. let's get back. Okay, Nick. Then let's get back into the GPIO talkback setup. Here's the situation. Okay, for those of you who don't remember, and I'm gonna dive into this. Couple live stream ago, I talk about how to use the GPIO at the same time with a specially made switch, or a switch that you can do yourself if you know how to solder. How you can have a double action MIDI control, so a MIDI on and a MIDI off with a single action switch to mute a talkback and open up another talkback like a latch. And unlike a latch switch, it's a toggle switch. But yeah, basically, this is how I would approach that. It's a latch switch like you would find on stage, but we were doing it with MIDI. And just to follow up on that, I actually acquired myself a piano switch, so that will be a momentary switch from a church that said it was broken. So I'm probably sure I can fix it, because I went to do maintenance in a church nearby, and they had just that like in the box, like that says throw away because it was broken. So I'm gonna try to fix it. I'm gonna see if I can use it. I want to have maybe my camera switching with my foot. That could be fun to have, or any other option in live show to have my talkback mute on and off. But if it's a talkback on stage, maybe have a action switch on guitar pedal, or anything that can be that can send information to GPIO, because guitar pedal can send relay switch to GPIO. So it could be another option to use, your GPIO for something. Last live stream, I show how to build the GPIO using 2 action and a single switch. So I want to see how this can. Hold on, I just don't know what I'm doing with my mouse. Okay. So let's get back into the GPIO. I'm gonna read Nick's comment here. Let's get back into GPIO. Here's the situation. We need a way for the source to be muted when the P16 within with the P16 and the P48 talkback is signed. Okay. Hold on. This is another level then. We need the source to be muted. Hold on. How can we do this? Using a user signal would work, I believe. Okay. Yeah, maybe using a user signal to achieve that, because I can do it easily on the console. But muting the source, I don't think you can mute the source from a GPIO. I don't know if it's possible. I don't think so. Okay. I tried to read you guys. Hold on. A lot of stuff happening in the chat. You guys have a good time in the chat today. Yes, I believe user signal will be the option, Nick. If you use a user signal, let's take a look at that. If you use a user signal to send, you can send it post. You can send it post, actually. If you send it post mute, it will work for sure. What is up, Robert? Good to see you, man. It's been a while. Are you still on vacation? It's been ad running now. Okay, so you have an ad, Patrick. Thank you very much. Is it a half an hour? I tried to know when we get ads. It's 25 minutes. Okay, not so bad. An ad every 25 minutes. Give me a couple pennies. So 25 minutes. Okay. Okay, so Robert, now you're just working too much. Yeah, you had like a month of vacation. For sure, now you're working. It's a good thing to work. But trust me, I know when I say, I know what I'm saying when I say I'm working too much. I'm definitely working too much. Yeah. Just relax. Actually, Nick, to answer your question, yes, using user signal will work. What is the Cedar DNS2 plugin, Nick? I don't know what that is. Another day fighting for another dollar. Brandy, yeah. I'm gonna say it this way. I don't want it to sound bad, but let's say right now that as a sound engineer, I can afford to make a living. This is what I'm gonna say. Right now, I'm not fighting. There's actually the clients are fighting at my door. If I'm being honest, I have around 200 event book this year, or actually last year. If I'm looking at my stat from last year, I'm running around 200 event a year from totally unknown stuff, band that you guys probably never heard of and never will, and doing club shows and doing corporate event and doing stuff like that. So I'm fully booked, and I'm talking about long days from time to time. Like actually Saturday I'm gonna do somewhere close to a 20-hour shift. Paid by the hour, by the way. Otherwise, I would not take it. But yeah, this is the kind of stuff that I'm running through right now. This is why I'm so tired. Actually, I'll be honest with you guys. I just woke up. We started the stream at 1. I set an alarm at noon. Grab myself a coffee. Get the setup running. Make sure that I have the camera. Make sure that I have everything. And yeah, basically, I'm just like did my thing, slept, wake up, doing the live stream here, head out to work, and rinse and repeat tomorrow. Not tomorrow, and 2 days from now, I need to go in Quebec City, which is a three-hour car ride for me. I'm going to do a quick live stream over there with a client of mine, and I'm going to come back to Montreal, and I have an event on Thursday, and I have an event on Saturday. Friday is off. So this is also why I'm not doing that much on YouTube right now. I'm so busy doing live events, and this is not the kind of stuff that I could really vlog. You know, do you really want to see, actually, let me ask you guys, do you really want to see me do a vlog of what's happening on the day on corporate event? Like the most boring thing ever. Like I have sometimes 1 to 2 microphone doing a press conference with a podium. I'm having just a podium with a Shure gooseneck mic, and I have 1 question mic in a crowd of 58, and they hire me to do this because I'm taking care of turning on the lights. I'm taking care of turning on the LED screen of the venue that I'm working with. I'm working at, not with. You guys want to see a vlog of that? I think it's boring. I don't think you guys want to see a vlog of that. So this is why I'm not doing a lot of video, but I'm so busy. So I'm gonna say, knocking on wood, I'm in a really good situation, and I wish you guys you're gonna get into that good of a situation if you're doing this as a full-time sound engineer. Man, I'm refusing clients pretty much daily, or refusing contracts pretty much daily now. So yeah. Okay, you guys answered the question. The DNS2 from Sutter is a noise gate? Okay, I didn't know. I don't know what that is. Um, So it's like, okay, kill background noise, like a gate, interesting. So it's an expander. There is not many option there. It's either a gate or an expander that will cut down on the noise, and you have a filter for that to be at the right place. I'm gonna check it out if I have time, which I'm gonna put on the list with a couple of videos that I need to do. No offense here, of course, Nick. But yeah, usually I like to play around with the settings myself. So actually, let me show you guys. In the wing, we have a lot of control when it comes to expander. And if you let me grab my microphone, and I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna replace that with an expander. Then I'm gonna set the settings to. So this is the expander that you hear right now. You can make it really tight. And if you want to go filter, I can have, you know, the key filter for the gates. Let's say that I'm in a live situation. I probably would just want to have, you know, my 1 to 2K, A. Actually, in my voice, it's the 2K that is louder. So I can have the threshold way down, and it's only going to be trigger when I go with that 1K. I can put the attack a little quicker. I can put the range down. I can smooth the ratio, crank that up, and this is how I would usually set a expander. Maybe drop the threshold a little bit and raise the ratio just a little bit. So okay, Patrick, you just look at the manual. So it seems like a frequency control kind of expander noise gate. Very specialized for voice though, so which probably explain why this is why they're doing such an excellent job. Okay, but I believe I'm getting close right now, right? This is actually, if you guys know how to deal with expander and you guys like to play around with me, so I did the right thing here. This is exactly what we did. Set the frequency for roughly 2K, and I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I can solo that band pass. You guys can probably hear that. So I can solo that band pass, having just that 2K-ish, take that out. And right now my expander, I'm gonna raise it a little bit, and I'm gonna go in the lower stuff. If I try to do like really low voice, not in volume, but in pitch, and it's really clean up. So this is a way if you guys want to play around with expander. Also for your drums, you find the fundamental frequency of your drums, which is usually, as an example, for snare around 200 to a 220, 180, depending on if the snare is tuned really low. You can set a band like this. You would put it somewhere around 200 as a starting point for a snare, and that's probably going to be fine for you guys to open that snare every time. And it's not going to be, you know, the bass drum won't bleed too much into that, and other instrument won't bleed or make it open up too much. Hey Chris, it's been a while, man. How you doing, my neighbor from the south? Okay, I will check it out. Everybody likes a good expander. Well, we all like good tools. I'm open to have any good tools checked out. It's a constant learning. Okay, it's an AI. Well, AI. All right. It find the noise. It's okay. So okay, I get it. It's just gonna figure out what is background noise, and see the average level and the kind of frequency, cut that out, and once you lean into the mic, it will have a more mid-rangey source, a more louder volume, so it's gonna know at some point what's going on. So, Chris, did you figure out the low output issue you had with the wing? I didn't. I don't remember you had a low issue. What? $3,900? Really? For a plugin? No. This is the price of the wing, right? Patrick, you're talking about the price of the wing, not the price of a plugin. Hold on here. It's a hardware. Oh, dude. I don't want to carry hardware. This is the reason why I bought myself some Shure wireless mic, the ULXD Q4 for quad channel. So I have a single unit 4 wireless mic. Because I don't like to carry around hardware. So I can carry just that and only carry around 1U of 4 unit, having everything in the bag. I have those little beautiful 1U case bag from SKB. And I only have to carry 1. And that's enough. Okay, I got that wrong. I thought I thought it was a plugin that you wanted to be introduced into the wing. But no, what you're asking is for the guys to copy that into the wing. Or I'm gonna be careful of my word here, being inspired by some of that. Yeah, it's the price of the wing, so I'm pretty sure it's good. Or I hope so at that price point. So Robert, I got some Stag, the SPM 435 in-ears today. To hear they are any good. I'll connect them later tonight. I'm not convinced. Well, actually, I'm usually careful when I'm not dealing with Shure or Sennheiser when it comes to in-ear, because they just work fine. Honestly, and every other brand that I saw, like the KZ stuff, like KZ or KZ, whatever. I'm Canadian, I should say KZ, right? Every wireless transmitter, every earbud to me is like fine at best. My experience with receiver, not from Shure or Sennheiser, have been awful so far. In wireless microphone, in-ear monitors, it just doesn't work, man. I heard the My Pro stuff is like working, not bad, but I like a brand that I could trust, especially when it comes to in-ear monitor. I'd rather spend double the money and make sure it works. Personal opinion. If you don't want to go wireless, go wired. I have somewhere a P1 from Behringer that I'm using for wired. You have the 215, 335, 425, 535, but they come with a price tag. Yes, I personally own a pair of 846. And I've did the comparison between the Behringer, which I got here. Hold on. I did the comparison between the Behringer, how do you call the SD251s, the C case for clear. Those are a perfect copy of the Shure SE215. Really good. As like with different ear tips. Once you change the ear tips, they are awesome. But if you are on a budget, go with something like this. If you are on a budget but you want to have a better warranty, go with the short one. I would say personally avoid the 335, which is 315. It's not 335. At 325, it's the 315, 425, and 535. I would say avoid those. Spend $100, get SE215s. Awesome, work great. Anybody can have a real good time with these. I'm doing bands where everybody's on 215, and I bring out my pair of 215, and I mix for stuff to sound good in the 215, and everybody's really happy. You don't need, if you want it to work, you don't need anything else. If you want to have fun, you jump straight to 846. Everything in between, personally, I would not recommend for the money. I would say wait, get a pair of 215. If you really enjoy in-ear monitors, you really like how it sounds, go all out and go with the 846 V2 now, 846 V2. Can 2D dark source be used on Matrix? Yes. Nick, 2 dark source can be used on Matrix. Let's take a look at that. I'm gonna go Matrix, select Matrix. It's right there. Can you turn them on or off? That's also a really good question. It can be a channel. Actually, if you wanna have your talkback stuff going into a matrix, you could use a single matrix to have, let's say, the lead vocal or the band leader, and send that out with the talkback. That would also work on a single channel, if that was your question. Is it Camille? Camille Baxton. X32 rack, what do you recommend? Dente or MADI card? What do you want to do with that? You want to go tracks? You want to connect to something else? You want to go... Well, actually, for both tracks and connect to something else, I would say Dente, because with the amount of network gear that is available now, if you just have a single wire coming in your laptop, put that into a switch, you can do whatever you want with that. You can have your laptop talking to your X32 rack, to front of house console, if it's a Yamaha, if it's anything else, you can have all. You basically just take your device and put it on the network. And a lot of places now seems to have Dente network. I'm less familiar with MADI, but MADI, I believe, is a point-to-point connection where Dente is a network. So if you want to open up some stuff and have a lot of option, I would go Dente for sure. If not, well, the USB card in the back is working really fine to do a lot of stuff. Robert confirming what I said about the Dente. I just put red filter into my 846. I don't know what the red filter is. I have the first version. I believe those come with V2, right? Yeah, most of us will go Dente. Oh, you want to connect to the Blackmagic design stuff. Actually, what unit from Blackmagic do you want to connect to? Because I started to learn that stuff. I bought myself a ATEM Mini recently to do live event, stream live event. I love it so much. I want to go with the Extreme eventually. But I'm still using analog sound for that. The reason is it gives me control in the ATEM. I'm just using the MIDI 1.8 connection. Bugs me so much. I'm using the 1.8 connection to connect a console output, and I'm doing all my processing in the console. To answer your question about Dente, latency, yes, there is latency. There is something negligible. We're talking about 1 to 4 millisecond. So I want to live stream with ATEM Mini Extreme ISO. What I would do is go Dente, or actually, if you're close, you just can go USB, and on your broadcasting source, you can go just and select the sound coming from that output from that device, using your console as the source for that sound. If you want to go all in into the ATEM, yeah, but the ATEM, Rob, I'm using not for this live stream. I'm using it for live event. The ATEM Mini Pro is awesome. But the thing is, even the Extreme, I believe you don't have any XLR. And yeah, I think the easiest way, if you want to go easy on you, would be to go analog, because I don't, and Rob can probably tell me in the chat, there is no way to tell. Maybe the Extreme, but I'm gonna go with the Pro, from what I know from the ATEM Pro. The Extreme has mini TRS unbalanced stereo. This is what I'm using. Yeah, the Pro has that too, and this is what I'm using so far because it just works. You just take a compressed mix from the console XLR out into an adapter, and it's just working. But I don't think there is a way to send out Dente into those units, because it's on the network, yes, but I don't think you can grab a Dente input on these units. You would need something else to do that and convert. Another thing that I do that a lot of people seem to overlook is I'm using the XLR on the camera. I own a FX30 with the XLR handle. I cannot show it to you because I'm using it right now. And sometimes if the camera is not so far away from me, I don't do anything in the ATEM. I want to make sure that my image sync with my sound. So what I do is I run a single XLR to that camera, and I plug straight XLR in the camera. It gives me VU meter. It gives me a lot of cool option, and I just on the ATEM go sound on from that camera, and I broadcast that. And so far, I had awesome result. I just record a backup in the camera too. It's recording good stream quality, live audio in there. When I'm doing bounce for clients, I just grab the SD card from that camera for a live event, and everything is in there. I don't have to sync in post. I don't have to do anything. The preamp on the Sony are fine, or the input. If you just go line input, it's great. It's working great for YouTube, for I would say even for TV. I would not record a full band left right into that, but if you're doing stream, like for anything that is internet, it's more than fine. On the ATEM, you can go HDMI to SPDIF using an audio splitter. From SPDIF to AS3, then you can convert easy to Dente. But I don't see any reason why go Dente here. As much as I love my Dente stuff, I have a Dente card in here. I have a Dente card in my X32 Core. Love it. But there is no reason, Camille, to go Dente. I don't see why you would need that, because the system that you try to send stuff to doesn't have a Dente input. You cannot. If you were able on the Extreme, on the ATEM Extreme, to have a digital input and say I want to select Dente 1 and 2, having a mix done on your console, sending that into Dente, into the network, into the machine, and broadcast that out, it would be fine. But so far, Your best option, I believe, is still to go analog. Make sure that you have a good connection. Make sure that you have, let's say, just run two in parallel because you have two mini jack in the back. If you want to be safe, just go by two 1.8 or 3.5 millimeters to 2 XLR female and run XLR female into that and run your mix from the console. There is no reason for you to spend $1,000 on a Dente card. You're not gonna gain anything because you would need to convert that to basically analog at some point. The ATEM is really designed to be analog. It's not a bad thing, by the way, because you can do your own mastering in the ATEM. You have a lot of settings in there for sound. You have a compressor, a limiter, you have EQ, you have a little delay. The ATEM stuff is really awesome for what it is. Especially, I'm owning the Pro, like I said before. The Pro, yeah, thanks to the community. But the Pro has enough stuff to do anything, and it's a broadcast machine. This is what a lot of people don't get. It's not just a simple camera switcher. The Pro, the ATEM Pro, the Extreme, as soon as you go over the ATEM Mini, they are broadcast machine. You take your source, HDMI or SDI, depending on the model that you choose, and you can just connect that to internet, enter your stream key, and just press on air and you're live. And you can do picture-in-picture, you can do mixing sound with a software. It's not taxing your computer power to do so. The old machine is a standalone machine. You can just have a mix from a console, could be an analog console. You're doing your small mix and you just jump that in there and it's good to go. It's working. Next, show me how you ring monitors. You said no graphic EQ. Actually, I need to do that. I need to do, there's 3 video that I really want to do, and I'm running out of time. Like right now, I'm running out of time. I only have 5 minutes, guys. Okay, we're gonna go on this one, and I'm gonna show you guys something. Ring out monitor is I just go listen, and I found some frequencies that bugs me and just EQ them out with the parametric EQ. I have 8 parametric EQ on my output on the wing. I have 6 on the X32, which is the 2 console that I probably use the most. And it's fine. I'm fine with that. If you have more than 6 feedback on the monitor that you really need to cut, well, you're not going to do miracle even with a 31 band. Let's be honest. But what I want to say, 3 video that I really want to do. SM7Bs, how I got scammed on SM7Bs, and how the real ones sound really good on drum, and I believe they are a better option versus the MD421. How to EQ monitor is one, but I'm not going to put it in that list for now. Hold on. Number 2 is gain structure, how to do proper gain structure. This is the topic that I see more and more coming up on YouTube, and I see a lot of people having their take on that. I have a little different approach when it comes to gain structure. Most of them are right, by the way. It's just not everybody go as deep as I really want to go. So I want to do this, and the last one that I want to do is how to win against somebody who's cupping the mic. We all been in there where somebody is like putting their hand on the microphone and it sounds like garbage, and it starts to feedback, and you have all those negative drawback of having your hand on a capsule. A long time ago, somebody showed me how to get rid or how to win against a mic cupper, those hip hop guys or metal singer that just go like all the way on the mic. There's a way you can win against these guys, and I want to do a video about that because I didn't see anybody show you guys how to do this. It's not on YouTube anywhere. I need to do this. This is the oldest trick in the book, like my bass drum video or my snare with the pink noise. This is something else. This is my 3rd and final video that I need to do about that. about live sound trick. But I'm gonna have to go for I'm gonna have to do this next week because I'm running out of time. But I want to show you guys something before I go. I got myself a gift. Actually, I got myself 2 gifts, and I put them together to make this cool thing. If you're an old guy like me that's been around live corporate event and stuff like that, you probably got your Shure handheld microphone into a case like this. They are like usually laid out with foam, and they have everything that you would need to, like, there's a space for a lavalier, a belt pack, and a wireless, and a clip, and everything in there. But because I'm a guy that like to play around with stuff, I bought myself a gift. I bought myself something that's fit in there. Little cues. I took out the foam and put something else here that I love. This is my new toy. This is the new thing that I bring with me all the time. You guys are ready? We're not going to talk about it much, but I'm going to do a video about it soon. And how it fit in the case is amazing, by the way. Open that up. What do we have here? It's a Flow 8. Hold on, you guys see me? Can you guys hear me? Yes. Okay. It's a Flow 8. Can you see how snug that thing fit in? This is awesome. I'm talking about the case, not the console. The console is awesome too, but man, it's not a new coffee cup, Chris. Come on. I love the Flow 8 so far. I've not done a show with it, but basically, I've bought this thing to do like all my little show. I'm gonna try not to hit my keyboard with it. To do all the little show where I only have 1 to 4 microphone, a laptop, or maybe 2 laptops. I can go here, use this to do a live stream. We're talking about stuff with the ATEM. I could have a main out and use the 2 aux for a separate feed. You have the USB on this if you want to go straight USB into a computer and do like a lot of stuff. You have a Flow 8 with a case. Well, actually, I ordered my last ULXD that I needed to complete my set. I own 8 of these microphones, 2 quad bass with mic. And I just bought a base here, find a deal on mic there, packs and everything. And I end up with 4-pack, 8 mics, 2 basses. And somebody off of eBay was shipping the last mic that I needed with a pack on a package deal with this box. And I looked at it and I go like, oh, is it gonna fit? I put a foam in the back and it's a perfect fit. I need to raise it up this way because of the little power tab here in the back. If I put it at the right place, it just fit in, and I need to put it under the edge of the case, and it stop it from moving back and forth because it's right next to where the handle is. It's the perfect fit case for that, no joke. And it gives me enough space to put the power supply and that USB cable on the side. I love it. It's cute. Okay. As much as I would like to spend way more time with you guys, and I sincerely believe when I say this, I'm totally on time. Oh, you're totally out, Charlie. Good to have you around, man. But I have to go. I have an event where I need to be in the next hour. And yeah, I have a day of work ahead of me. Guys, it's always a pleasure to do these live streams. I'm gonna try to be more there or out there with you. It's always a pleasure. It warms my heart to just log in on the internet and see you guys having really good talk, really interesting conversation. Thank you so much to this community. You guys are awesome. Patrick, Rob, Nick, Chris, Charlie, everybody else who joined in, thank you very much. very, very much for making these live stream a thing, the thing that people like to watch. Not if they cannot be on time, they like to watch it. The stats tell me, not you guys. So, okay. On that note, thank you so much for being here. If you're not subscribed, make sure that you subscribe. If you want to support me, join the channel. I'm losing member because I'm not active yet, but some really cool people like Chris and Charlie are still members. Love you guys so much for doing so. Until the next one, next week. I should be there next week. I don't have any reason not to be there next week. Thank you very much. And I will see you guys soon.